Oh yeah, baby, it's about time we got some blood on this list. When Frieza transforms into his second form, he decides it's time to scare the living hell out of these three geeks trying to fight him. He does so by impaling Krillin with his spiky devil horn. If that's not bad enough, he starts bopping his head like he's listening to some early 90s grunge. Just to really get that good blood flow going. I mean, this is just some messed up stuff. Don't worry, I'm sure the small children watching this scene weren't scarred for life at all. To this day, I believe this is the most gruesome and violent scene in all of Dragon Ball. And given the way censorship for cartoons has tightened up in Japan since DBZ originally aired, I don't see it ever being topped. In fact, if you were around back when DBZ was originally airing in the West, you may have even missed this scene entirely. Back then, almost every episode of DBZ was censored in some way for TV, whether that meant blood being erased off the characters, or underwear digitally inserted onto characters, or just whatever the network wanted to be cleaned up for the little kiddies watching the show. Well, for this episode, the censors just kinda gave up, because how the hell are you gonna believably censor a little bald man being stabbed through the belly by a devil horn, followed by Devilman licking the blood off his face? You're not. So for the TV version, they basically edited out like 10 minutes of the episode and just combined what was left with the next episode, which was called Piccolo the Super Namek. When I bought the VHS tape for this episode, these were the 3 episodes included. It wasn't until much later that I learned that the uncut version of this VHS tape actually included a bonus episode called Gohan Attacks, and the box looked like this. There he is, Krillin getting stabbed in all of his bloody glory. This scene was literally too violent to show the masses. I think that alone warrants a spot here in the top 25. It was scenes like this that gave DBZ the reputation that it had, as like a more edgy and violent show compared to the other cartoons that were airing on TV. I mean, things were so strict back then that you couldn't even have weapons visible in most cartoons, let alone actually inflicting violence or causing gore. Meanwhile, you have stuff like this happening in Dragon Ball. It's crazy. It's also another on the giant list of many great, super evil Frieza moments. There's a reason this guy is one of the most iconic supervillains of all time, and stabbing little bald men and drinking their blood is just one of those many reasons.
ナメック星人のガキなんぞに気を取られて嫌がるからだ。カカロット、あのつるつる頭といい、地球のやつらは甘すぎる。
おっとすまんすまん。やはりどうもパワーがありすぎて自分をうまくコントロールできなかったようだ。ほう、まだこんな元気が残っている。